you and I were just talking here as we're getting warmed up. What are we going to see out of these teams? Which team's going to bounce back? The Bulldogs lost in a rough fashion at the end of that fourth quarter against Limestone. These guys lose their conference playoff game by a heartbreaking 1 goal, 12-11. Who bounces back? Who comes out hungry as we start the first phase here? I like the ground ball battle. That's always a good indicator of who's hungry and who isn't. And you see both teams scrapping after it right now.
Yeah, both teams with sour tastes in their mouths after Wingate and Indy both lost in the conference semifinals. Wingate settles down the opening possession.
What do we have there? A 3 versus 4, 3 versus 2 matchup? I mean, that was the NCAA game.
Yeah, that was
right
a
there.
3 versus 4. Wingate, the 4 in that one on this field. In front, the pass goes all the way through to Joey Moran. Opens up the scoring.
Love to see my favorite Moran getting involved early, getting a good shot off there. You see the Bulldogs on the skip pass, something we saw last game. The short stick D middies of Indy play.
Swung out to Nathan Lamb. Lamb. 34 on the shot clock, still plenty of time. Wrap around, low shot score. Tristan Schaefer puts Indy on the board, tied at 1 with 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, you see there, they initiate from up top. They swing it to the...
Getting marked by Ryan Heslep. It's going to be a big role for whoever is defending Greco and Riley. Now it's Riley with it at the X.
Now Riley on the shorty is just not
Flips
fair.
in front, quick shot. Willie Greco puts Wingate back on top.
That does a couple things, right? Obviously,
for
2 seconds, the Bulldogs are going to release from the midfield. It's going to be a short stick because they're able to keep all 4 poles out. And now you've got to get hands in that scenario. There's no opportunity to put your stick down on the ground. You've got to have your hands.
Space to shoot, and they score. Tristan Schaefer from a tight angle, a missile up high, ties it up at 2.
I'm with you, Coach. He carries over as a long stick midi, okay? And he's going back to close defense. Now, if you get a pole on your end of the field and you get pole on pole, everybody's got to press out. Your specialty players have got to stay on.
Schaefer, and it's 3 in a row for the Anderson transfer.
He likes to shoot. He's taken 2 shots for the first time, it feels like, in 8 minutes.
Greco to the middle. Riley, saved by Carlson.
Great stop there by Carlson. Riley wanted to get that shot off earlier. They do a good job getting to his hands, rotating out, forcing him to go wide there into an angle that's better for Carlson to eat up.
Oh, and they score. That is a missile of a shot by Kyle Bash. The grad midfielder goes coast to coast, 4-2.
Yeah, young. Watch out for my favorite Moran over there on the right side, 2-9.
1 minute slashing on Wyatt Ollier.
And then the little wheel exchange back to the 2. Yeah,
Greco.
3-1.
Riley flips inside, wide open. They score.
Caden Castle, fake Greco, 51. He's here just to mess with us in the booth and to get a little twisty right there.
4-3. Greco spinning back to his left.
Ooh, you don't see
Had
that
it knocked
often.
out. Taken away by Evan Susi.
Real nice. I'm going to give him a little credit for the ding-dong there. So he opens up his hips and he lifts his stick. And when he lifts his stick, that
Billig the other end. Sealed off by Farley. But it leaves open Schaefer. Schaefer creates space, and Schaefer won't miss from there.
I'm not going
to Lamb with a 30-second offside. Riley's pass again. Josh Jackson disrupts the pass.
Well, he's front runner for player of the half. I'm going to tell you that much because he's now knocked down 2 passes, and it's so difficult to do that in tight, really showing the level of his ability.
Back to even strength.
And this has been a problem with the Bulldogs. Sliding upfield here.
Slips it through. They score.
So this is part of that.
Wyatt Ollier.
They got a young defense, but rule number 1 of defense, don't slide upfield. And it's going to script right now, if that's a script they wrote, for Indy. And the takeaways are really, I think the difference in this game right now is that Indy is putting the ball on the rug more than they did last game.
Greco trying to go to work, spin. Didn't get everything behind it, but it still skips by Carlson. Willie scores again.
And then there's 5-7, just reminding everyone, hey, I'm the best. Okay?
On that.
We're boys now. Yeah. We're tight. I mean, he is an Oceanside guy, which is but it's okay.
Well, you're going after his hometown now. You might have to clear the air again.
I mean, I'm from Hicksville. It's okay.
Payback inside. There it is. Caden Castle again.
When you run by a guy and you draw a slide, you create havoc. And there you see. As Danny Riley, what were we talking about before? 2 has got to get active. Mm-hmm. In order for Wingate to win, it's a very simple recipe, okay? 57 and 2 have got to be 2 of the best players on the field. And we saw the first time they played, they kind of, 2 didn't have such a great start to the game.
Winds up. Greco puts it in. just stopped on a dime, goes low to high to tie it up at 6.
Goes home.
Defensive Player of the Year, Peyton Farley.
Huge part of this Wingate D. Been a really nice matchup to watch for a second time this season. Him versus Billig. Billig, one of the best attackmen in the country.
Braddock inside. Capone just left enough space inside the post to score. 7-6 Indianapolis.
Yeah, I think Capone'd like Paypack to get a little more of a drive there on that two-pole look. Kind of throwing a little curveball here at the Greyhounds. And they're shutting off right now. So Schaefer, who's got 4 Gs, is getting shut off by the short stick D midi.
Foster gets around Lingossen and picks out the corner. Money shot from Ben Foster to make it 8-6 Indy.
That's just a great shot there by Foster. He's got job in the ride and wins possession back. And chomp, chomp, chomp. They chew the clock, and they'll get their looks. Bulldogs in more of a traditional defense here. Indy, let's see if they invert.
Nick Rangard gets around Paypack. Goes behind the goal. One more in front. Owen Braddock makes it 9-6 Indy.
Get to these situations here. You're playing your offense. People are executing, but you got to win one-on-one battles, and that's the 6 guys on the field. Someone's got to beat their man.
McMahon puts a missile right underneath the crossbar.
You see Kyle Spence gets a step. He draws a little bit of water. He skip passes up to McMahon.
With Farley on him.
Billy had a step there on Farley, but choosing to feed and slow and crunch, as you see just the rotation of 2-man play right there. Pick from the inside like Mumbos, and they're like mini Mumbos occurring.
Trying from distance. Wyatt Ollier makes it 10 for the Greyhounds.
Ollier does a really nice job, and that was from distance. When that attackman gets the ball, the Bulldogs most likely are going to come earlier than they just did there, getting away with one.
9 minutes left.
Now, if you're Farley, and he's going to...
Jake Allen turns and scores! The spin move in tight makes it 11-7 with under 9 to play.
As that clock moves, there's a nice check for the Bulldogs. Farley, who's
Need
making
this
a play.
As Farley gets the ground ball. Here comes Wingate in transition. 2:39 to go.
Riley needs to keep going. Get down there, too. Get
Greco
down there.
inside. The turn and shot. No good from Castle.
So that's the day in a nutshell. When the best attackman in the country doesn't finish on essentially borderline layup for himself. That's just the way it's gone.
Riley's got one.
Okay.
And a little bit of life for Wingate now. 11-8, 2:28 to go.
56 left in the play clock, but no one in the stands really cares about that. All they're worried about is the big clock.
Greco working towards goal. Fits it in.
Nice job holding off on the mom goal potential. That's a great finish by Greco. And 11-9. We've already discussed this is the most important face-off of the game. They're feeling it right now. He wants everything. He don't want
Riley
to stop.
into the middle. Riley!
There's
1 goal game.
All you got to do is tell these guys to activate, and they do. It's a phenomenal thing. There's Riley. But you see what's happening right now. Wingate, in a matter of a minute and 20 seconds, has got 3 goals.
Big face-off for Kotkamp against Parker.
Oh,
Kotkamp's got it.
A little bit of
and Wingate with possession. Trying to tie it. Carnage.
So they need to show from there. Carnage just horsing right now.
Timeout Wingate. We'll stay here.
Greco has shown he can go left hand, right hand, no problems.
1 minute.
Greco.
Salcy covers him. See,
Gets
there's
downhill.
Ooh, GLE.
Spence. Riley off the post. Nearly tied the game. And the ground ball picked up by Indy.
They got the look they wanted. Their best players got a great opportunity, and now it's up to the Bulldog D to get the ball back here. I'm not sure if Indy has a timeout. Scoreboard says yes, but that could be incorrect. It is incorrect.
I believe they do.
Yeah, it hasn't been adjusted, but here you go. If they had it, they could have used it there because the ball's on the rug. That should be withholding.
And Indy will take.
Ooh, that is a suspect timeout. If I've ever seen a suspect timeout. Ooh, this is lacrosse at a 400
well, here we
level.
go. 25 seconds left. Billy gets in towards the goal. No one's there, and he missed.
He missed
Wide
it.
to the left.
White ball. That's white ball.
Wingate ball. 20 seconds left, down by 1. Had a wide open goal, and he missed.
I'm going to say they got the trail check on him. Okay, tie goes to the defender. Now here the Bulldogs need to clear. Time is their enemy as they move the ball upfield.
12 seconds. Natoli across midfield with 10. Natoli still going with 7. 4 seconds. In front, knocked down. And the pass is knocked down with 1 second. And this one is all over. Indy survives and wins it 11-10 to move on to the quarterfinal of the NCAA tournament. Wingate made it interesting with 4 goals down the stretch, but Indy will win it 11-10. They'll take on Limestone on Sunday.